Hi everyone, Jeff here from Writer. So today I want to show you how marketing teams can create strategic multi-channel ad campaigns in minutes using Writer Agent playbooks. And before we dive into exactly how to build this, let me just show you a little bit more about what the output looks like. So what you're seeing here is a real example that I created using the playbook that we're about to build. These are essentially 10 variations of strategic ad copy, each one optimized for different channels. So you've got LinkedIn ads here with messaging that's targeting startup founders. You have meta ads down here with a slightly more casual tone. You also have Google search ads here as well that are ultra concise, they're price focused, and we even have some email marketing ones here as well that are designed to drive opens. But one of the things that really makes it special is that every single one of these variations was generated by analyzing a brand guidelines document that we actually fed the agent. And so you notice how each one of these follows pretty much a same similar voice and tone. It's empowering, it's clear, optimistic. And that's all because the agent pulled in these guidelines and ensured the compliance automatically. And you'll also notice here too that there is a strategic rationale column. And so the agent isn't just giving you the copy, it's actually telling you why the specific message works for this particular channel and audience. So if I'm looking at my LinkedIn sponsored content variation here, I'm looking at the headline, the body copy, but then I'm curious about why does this one work? And it's telling me, well, it targets the frustration pain point common among startup founders and so on and so forth. So a lot of rich detail and information. And honestly, this output would take a marketing team hours to create manually, if not days, right? And the agent here instead did it in minutes. If you're in marketing, you know the challenge, right? You need multiple ad variations for different channels, different audiences, all while staying perfectly on brand. And this usually, again, means hours of work. So this playbook is going to change that. And I'm going to show you how to create it and also how easy it is for your team to use. So let's go ahead and build this together. So in Writer Agent, I'm going to navigate to the playbooks area. And since I'm going to be building this from scratch, we're going to go to new playbook. And this is where I'm going to describe what I want the agent to do. And this is really where we define the entire workflow. So I'm basically going to be typing something like this in the prompt. I'm going to say, hey, create a strategic ad copy generator that produces multiple variations tailored to specific industries. Ask the user for their industry or vertical, the target product information, audience details. I then want them to provide their brand guidelines. I want the agent to then research the industry and the audience to inform the messaging strategy, and then generate 10 ad copy variations, each of them with a headline, a body, and call to action that are optimized for these different platforms and modalities. And also maybe some extra notes about formatting as I see fit. And of course, you don't have to worry about making this perfect because this is, again, kind of starting with an idea, right? And what's really nice about this is that if I go ahead and click on transform into playbook, Writer Agent actually takes that description and it automatically creates a complete plan with specific steps. So I get the name of the playbook, what it's going to do, and all the different phases that Writer Agent is going to walk through step by step when we run this. So it's going to start out in the discovery phase. It's going to request the user's industry or vertical. It's going to ask the name of the specific product or the service that's being promoted, any target audience details. It's going to ask the user to upload a product information document. And then it's going to continue down the line here where we'll also get to provide the brand guidelines document. The agent will do some analysis and some research, and then eventually going to create that 10 distinct ad copy variations. And what's really special about this too is that at any point in time, if I feel like I need to change something here, I can always go in directly to this plan and make a change. So maybe I don't necessarily need a call to action. I could potentially get rid of that if I wanted to. I'll leave that there for now, but just know that you certainly have a lot of control over the actual customization of this, which is great. This basically means that I can customize this to match exactly how I work, how my team works. So what I'm going to do here is kind of save this, and actually this playbook is already loaded in, but I want to just kind of test this out. So I'm going to go up here on this little play button where I'm going to basically just preview this before I make it live, and you'll see that I'll get some preliminary information about what this strategic ad copy generator is going to do, and the deliverables I'll get, the steps of the playbook. So let's go ahead, and you can see it'll give me some information about the industry vertical, the product service name, and essentially this is what the end user is going to see when they first run this. So I've kind of walked you through how to set this up, but kind of from that perspective of the end user, they'll essentially get to see this and they'll be asked to fill out the playbook. So let's say that for the industry vertical, I'm going to say that this is going to be in technology. And the product service name is, I'm going to actually call this FlowForge, which is a fictitious project management software. And then my target audience details, I'm going to say startup founders. And then in the product information document, I'm going to go ahead and look for my actual product document that I actually already have. And I'm going to open that in there. And this is basically just going to be some information about the product so that I can feed this to the agent so the agent knows exactly what it is that we're talking about here, and it'll be able to create the correct ad copy. And then, as I mentioned before, the brand guidelines. So I'm going to go in as well. It'll ask me to upload my brand guidelines document. So I now already have my industry vertical, my product service name, my target audience details, and then just any information about the product and the brand guidelines. And I can go ahead now and run the playbook. So you're going to see that as I run the playbook, it's going to actually provide me some information about the thought process as we go forward. So you'll see the very first thing is it's going to create a task. So Writer Agent is already going through work and thinking about what are the steps that I need to take. And you can see here on the right-hand side, there's a plan. And I am able to kind of watch in real time as Writer Agent goes through the planning process. So it already went through and got all the information it needs. And now it looks like it's going into the analysis phase and being able to actually provide more information about what I'm seeing. So that's really nice. I can also see a little bit more information about where it is at any current stage in time. So this will certainly take a couple of minutes, depending on what you are asking the agent to do. But you can see that as I skip down here, it is going to go through multiple steps, including generating the ad copy. It's going to provide a strategic analysis, and it is going to then format and deliver the output. So you can see as we started running this demo, it is already checking the boxes slowly but surely, and making sure that it's providing the highest quality outputs that I'm asking for. And again, notice this transparency, the fact that you can see exactly what the agent is doing at every single step. You can see its thought process. You can continue to see it checking off the boxes here on the right as part of its complete plan. And to save some time, I already had previously generated this, so you can kind of see the full output. So the output I get is this, again, this beautiful table, has all the right information that I'm looking for. It has the 10 strategic ad variations that's organized in a clean table. Again, each one optimized for its target channel, headlines that are going to hopefully hook the audience, body copy that's adapted to platform character limits, all the things that we actually programmed as part of our prompt in the description. And again, all this follows my fictitious FlowForge brand guidelines that we pulled from my machine. So I have that same similar voice, the same tone, and it is perfectly compliant. So there you have it. In really just a few short minutes, we were able to create a fully functioning playbook from scratch. We were able to generate the 10 strategic ad variations across multiple channels. And again, we have that output, most importantly, that would have taken hours to create manually. And the best part is that this is now a saved playbook. So anyone on my marketing team can actually come in and run that. They're able to select it. They can answer the questions that are going to be, that will show up for them. It will provide that plan, and they'll be able to select all of those options as they see fit. And get professional ad copy in minutes. So everything is customizable. If you want to have different channels, you can always edit the steps that I've shown here. If you need more variations, you can adjust the number. Lots of different options. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. What would make this even more useful for your workflow? So thanks so much for watching. Again, I'm Jeff from Writer and hope to see you in another video.